Hello, Chester here. Today we're going to explore show and tell, but mostly this is an OmniShift brew. Adam recently revived that deck thread in Corey's Discord server called OmniShift, and the list he had is way different because it focuses more on the shifting woodlands aspect of the deck, and it mainly uses this new card, Rakshasa's Bargain, to try to find combo pieces, and you can even bin an Omniscience in the yard and then use shifting woodlands the following turn to go off. So in this particular shell, it is kind of the opposite or another it is something close to that kind of plan, but instead of focusing on the shifting woodland plan, we're trying to focus on the regular show and tell plan. So we have certain splashes here and there. Murcia's Bubble is mostly a Delirium enabler, but it's also a cantrip here. Psychic Frog does the same, so if you get an Omniscience stock in hand, you can play Psychic Frog, discard Omniscience, traverse into Shifting Woodlands, then go off if you don't find the show and tell. And we're playing Fey of Wishes here instead of Mastermind's Acquisition because we're already running Traverse the Olven Wall. So with Traverse here, you can also search your library for a creature card if you get Delirium. So you can easily just tutor for Fey of Wishes, then tutor for Approach for the win. This deck is currently running 18 plus 2 MDFCs, which is, I'm kind of skeptical because that might be too low. But we are also running 4 baubles and 3 traverses. So I think that would be fine. Even though we're just running one island, I think the max you want to cast traverse is without delirium is once. We're not playing the alchemy card, assemble the team, and instead we're playing Rakshasa's Bargain because the sorcery speed shooters are banned into a lot of the discard spells or discard centric decks like Mardu Energy or the Bailmark decks. Even combo decks can pivot into a heavy discard plan. And as for the sideboard, we have Spell Pierce, Thoughtseize for the said combo decks, Surgical Extractions for the Shifting Lands deck, which is getting more popular. Though I'm not really sure if we need this because regular show and tell is supposed to be favored into those kind of decks. We also have Gruesome Grip and Force of Vigor as enchantment and artifact hate. The extra Veil of Summer because we don't want 4 in the main. Abrupt Decay, General Anti-Hate, Hate Piece, and Culling Ritual here is great into Mordu energy specifically because they do bring multiples of deafening silence, vexing baubles, or even static prisons. And this can save you from a large board, and sometimes you can even hard cast bargain into show and tell if it allows. And we also have Boseiju here, which you can tutor with Traverse as an extra uncounterable enchantment hate piece that also acts as a land. Anyway, let's try to play some games with this deck. Let's play first. Opponent has no companions, so I think this is a good hand. They might be on a combo deck, we don't know. So the best way to do this is just to play the bubble out. We're gonna check to see if we want the card on top. Llanowar Elves means something janky. Okay, we want Bargain. We can counter a 2 mana spell, cast Bargain, or not. Feast of Titania. Let's just get a Black Swords here. Proceed to Brainstorm. Get rid of these. Another brainstorm. Don't think we have time to brainstorm again. We're just gonna bobble them. There's a good chance we die here. Can attack for 3. Hopefully we find show and tell. There it is. This turns on traverse. Show and tell Omni play a truck. So technically I should not be doing this because we already have the Fae. So they are playing elves. Calling ritual seems good here. Hmm. Veil of Summer is bad. Abrupt Decay seems decent. Born Upon the Wind, I suspect they are playing Reclamation Sage. So I guess we want Thoughtseize. Not sure if I want Force of Vigor yet. Let's go with one Thoughtseize. They could be a natural order deck. We're looking for fast hands, so this is not it. Don't think this is a fast hand. I guess maybe a Troxa could get us there. We just need to find show and tell. In this case, assemble team seems way better. Okay. We might be just countering something for for the mana. Just gonna target this. We can't counter any green spell anyway. We might even draw into the to the what's it called? Calling ritual. I think we can start with brainstorm. Did not find what we wanted. Probably should have gone for a brainstorm. So this is potentially okay. You're just dead. Nice. Opponent is going first. In the blind, I think this is an okay keep. We have a bunch of draw spells and mana drain. But looks like they're playing something dark ritual based. So let's see if we can beat them on the draw. Okay, nice. So hard, even if we didn't see what they had, hard mulling that way could only mean one thing. We're just gonna trim the woodlands package here, leaning more into spell pierce Thoughtseize mana drain. Let's try to find Thoughtseize or spell pierce. Okay, this is not it, but I guess this is a fast hand.
Welcome to the family.
Yeah, we can beat this start. That's 11. Let's try that again. Play first. We're looking for interaction turn one. This is so close, but these are tap lands. Okay, this is better. Thoughtseize. They have sacrifice and necrodominance. Guess we get grief. Okay. Mana drain is pretty nice. can tutor into show and tell now. This is correct. We can manage in the enchantment removal. Okay, we have one draw step. Man, that's annoying. I think this is a keepable hand. We have show and tell, we have frog and woodlands. It's another dark ritual deck. Nice. So again, against this deck, we trim this. Bring in Force of Vigor this time. Veil of Summer is neat. Don't think we are gonna get to Psychic Frog. And on the play, our plan is just to. I guess this is fine. We have Veil. We have Veil into Mana Drain. Pierce is good. We might have to Veil of Summer, then Pierce. Because we pass. Necro Dominance. I think we just Pierce this instead of Drain. Now we're just gonna mull to. Okay, this kind of ad. Okay, I think since they took Thoughtseize, we can Thoughtseize them. That's the best way to approach this. Probably take the fast mana. Okay, we need to find instant speed. Okay, that's exactly what we needed. So it's not over yet since we have. Okay, okay, now we're going for TTT. Okay, that's Morn. Nice. Let's play first. No lands, no keep. Okay, this is a good hand on the blind. We're gonna put back. We might be putting back Bobble here. Lead with Delta since this can represent Veil. Oh no. Don't think I want this yet. I'm gonna go for Woodlands if I can, but I think I'm going to show and tell Atraxa instead. Okay. This is fine. I think I'm just leaving up green here. Nice, we should be good. You can reanimate the Atraxa. So maybe I should have went with Bargain instead. But the good thing about this, it lets me know about their deck. Okay, let's put Atraxa in. Okay, Dig found us. Hullbreaker. Morgan lets me get my own Atraxa back. This lets us get the Fate of Wishes. Nice. So against Scam, we want Veil of Summer. Veil of Summer, Surgical. I think I'm underprepared for this match. Oh, Yeah, my only obvious cut is Bobble and the Born. I could cut Imanadrin. I think I can keep this. Assuming they thought seeds, they probably get omniscience. I lose the thought seeds into surgical. Okay, they took traverse and probably going to take the dig. There's a Shelly. Okay, this is one of the strong scam starts. Take show and tell. Here, I just have to show and tell. Okay. Yep, we lost. It's, I don't think I have to win at instant speed against this deck. Okay, play out the bubble. There's a grief. As we get black. Gonna hide these two. Okay. Yes, we just lose. Should have gotten green. Okay. Yep. Sometimes that how it is. Welcome back. So let's talk about what they think of the deck. First of all, let's start with what I liked about this deck. So I kind of like that get to play Mishra's Bauble, Traverse, Frog, Bargain, and Shifting Woodlands in the same deck. So in essence, this is mainly a show and tell deck that can pivot into the Shifting Woodlands plan in a pinch because sometimes your opponent's hate might just involve naming flute with show and tell or something like that, or even surgical extraction on show and tell. Having the traverse and shifting woodlands angle makes you harder to hate, but generally game one I think this is a bit worse than regular show and tell because these are kind of clunky cards. Vicious Bobble is okay as a cantrip, but it requires you to have fetches, which isn't really that big of a problem. Us running 18 lands plus 2 waterlogged teachings to accommodate Mishra's bubble might be a good reason why we get a lot of unplayable start. So that is one thing to note here. Rakshasa's bargain is surprisingly good. I think this is playable in a regular show and tell deck. I am missing the assemble the team because sometimes when you go off, you do need to find assemble the team to just chain spells together. Whereas in this shell, there is a specific fail rate. Sadly, I didn't really compute because supposedly we can chain a bunch of spells because we're looking at 4 cards, 7 cards. This tutors for more digs, and this Atraxa looks at 10 cards. Traverse when active can also find an Atraxa. So supposedly the fail rate should not be that high. And what I disliked about the deck is mostly the mana base again. So we are running 20 lands, which might be too low for this deck. Traverse only getting one basic island that we usually had in our openers didn't really help. And Psychic Frog, I think this didn't show up that much. And we might be better off running Moxen here, assembles here, cutting all the shifting woodlands deck altogether, or using bargain to counteract the card disadvantage from the Moxen. Fey of Wishes getting only non-creature cards did become relevant one game I think because I couldn't fetch the Atroxus that I've sided out to chain through a combo. Whereas if this is Mastermind's acquisition, we could just get the Atroxa right away. And as for the sideboard, I think we were underprepared for black based decks. And I do think it's Spell Pierce and Thoughtseize was decent for the most part, but I kind of wonder if we're better off not taking or maybe playing one surgical and not taking for shifting woodlands deck at all. Maybe we could reduce this to let's say 2 Spell Pierce instead, play white leyline. I think white leyline into the black base decks is an effective plan against them because you don't have to worry about discard spells or Belcher. The only thing that can get you is the Sorinel and the Start, which they don't always have. So I think this is better than trying to run commandeers in this particular shell because Leyline of Sanctity also has use against the Baelmerc decks, which I found I wasn't ready for because we only had Veil of Summer, Force of Vigor, and maybe Culling Ritual for them. And I think rather than trying to play the shifting woodlands deck, I would play something closer to just regular show and tell where we can run 19 plus 3 lands and note that the MDFCs are increased in this shell because we can afford to play more and we can also play Chrome Mox supported by the teachings and the Rakshasa's bargain. So game 1 your focus is just getting show and tell off early as possible. And most decks can't really beat Atraxa, an early Atraxa. And if they can beat an early Atraxa, you can just get another show and tell and maybe assemble the combo after landing Atraxa. The downside to running this kind of list is that you're more vulnerable to getting hated out, so sometimes show and tell gets surgical or stone brained, and you're left to your only win con is trying to cast Hullbreaker Horror. Atraxa can be hard casted, but you kinda need another Atraxa under Chrome Mox. It is possible to win without show and tell, but it's a really hard ask unless you somehow mana drain into something big and cast omniscience off it. Or maybe you could even counter your own Rakshasa's bargain to gain 6 mana hard cast omniscience. Maybe some kind of line is available to win without show and tell. And I did miss the fatal push in the regular show and tell list made by Greaseball. I do think fatal push is great into the frog lists. Abrupt decay is okay, but 2 mana is way larger than 1 mana. And here I just applied what I said. The deck earlier, I added Leyline of Sanctity as tech against the black decks. Again, I don't like Commandeer in this slot because we don't have any tech against the Bailmerk decks, wherein Leyline of Sanctity is also tech against Bailmerk decks and the combo decks. Anyway, thank you for watching. That's it for now. Try to make a video of this one.